Hey guys, welcome to Flat Top King. Hey, I got a little crazy. We made a homemade macaroni and cheese, then we deep fried it, and we put it on a traditional style Oklahoma onion smash burger. If you guys want to see how we make it, here we go. All right, to get started, let's talk about why we're here, what we're doing, and what's going on. I don't care what kind of macaroni and cheese you're going to use. We're not going to do a recipe for this one. We have plenty of recipes on theflattopking.com, but I felt like, I haven't done like 18 different versions. I'm not saying I have the world's greatest homemade macaroni and cheese. It's just kind of like the basics, right? You can use your shells and cheese from a box when it's left over. I don't care how you get to this point. Just make a good macaroni and cheese and then go from there. So this is what we have. I can tell you what we do have. Went through my refrigerator. I got some leftover medium cheddar. I got some Parmesan cheese, some smoked Gouda. Seems like that's always in my refrigerator. We have some more medium cheddar, some extra sharp, and some Monterey Jack. What I'm doing, I'm just looking at maybe a half a pound of noodles. My kids love macaroni and cheese, so whatever's left they can have, not a big deal. The first thing we do need to do is make our cheese. And to do that, we're gonna use our food processor, grate all of our cheese, and then divide it into sections. Just eyeballing, I'm just eyeballing. Macaroni and cheese is simple, it's a roux, basically with cheese in it. So I'm just guessing here. Save a little bit for me. I don't know if my kids get all my smoked Gouda. That's about a quarter of a block. Let's see. Let's say about a quarter of this Monterey Jack. Let's say about half of this extra sharp cheddar. And then to that, I'm going to add probably this whole block of medium cheddar. If you have too much, tacos, you can put on your burger as it is. You can do a lot of things with it. So don't worry about straightening too much. I'm just guessing. Alrighty, our cheese is grated. Just kind of mix that in the bowl. Just give this a nice toss. Mix all those cheeses together so I can separate, because I want to keep some of this cheese off to the side. To our pan, we have some ghee, some homemade ghee. We're going to use this as our fat for the roux. About equal parts fat and butter. All right, remember, I'm not making a lot of macaroni and cheese, so equal parts fat and flour. A little bit goes a long ways. We're gonna let that flour cook out for a quick second. Add your milk, give it a whisk, and now you're looking for consistency. I'm not seasoning this at all until we find the right consistency. This needs to be on the looser end, because once you add the cheese is going to act also as a thickening agent. You don't want this looking like straight up Southern gravy at this point. A little garlic powder, nice pinch of pepper, a little dry yellow mustard, pinch of cayenne. Don't tell anybody, because they'll all be doing it. A little splash of soy sauce. We did this in the Navy, and I'm talking about a little, but it does give it a depth of flavor.
Boy, that is a little.
Yeah, a little bit will go a long ways in this, I'm telling you. That was just one of those things. The older you get, one of those second classes will pull you aside and be like, all right, you're ready to learn the tips and tricks. And it was. Once you did it, it was hard to go back. All right, now you're going to season for taste. Be careful with your salt factor, depending on what kind of cheese you got in there. Man, that ghee's good in there. Oh, that's good.
Let me taste.
That is good. I'm going to thin it out just a hair. All right, that's kind of what we're looking for, okay? It's not too thick. To that, we're at our cheeses. One tip I can give you when you're making your macaroni and cheese and you're making it from scratch like this, you definitely want to make sure your gravy is ready to go, or your roux. Your bechamel, I guess, if you really want to get technical without the nutmeg. But the point is, you don't want to heat your cheese up too hot. Once you heat your cheese up too hot, you'll start curdling, separating, and all that stuff, and that's not what you want. So all you're trying to do is just melt the cheese into your mixture. Right at the very end, just because consistency, might just a little bit more milk. Alrighty, so our macaroni is done. I'm just using traditional macaroni. There should be a little bit of liquid left over. Try to strain this as much as I can. You know, some people would tell you to save your pasta water. That's an argument for another day. I'm gonna tell you why really quickly. If you're just boiling 1 pound of pasta and you've got like 8 to 12 cups of water, your water's so diluted between the starch and the flour left over in the pasta, you're not gonna do yourself much good. Restaurants, when they go through hundreds of dishes a night, right, will use the same water boiling with the same pasta water, and it kind of creates like a thicker consistency. The average home chef or cook doesn't do that. So when they say save your pasta water, I don't add a ton of water in my pasta, right? The benefit is you get more starch per gallon, per cup, whatever. And that's when you can really start saving your pasta water. And the reason is that sometimes that can thicken up sauces. I'm done on my rant. Pasta, I'm just looking to see how much we got. We don't need much. Matter of fact, you know, I might as well just make it for the kids. I didn't want to do this, but my wife's looking at me like, you're not going to make it for the kids? Now, I did drain this, but there is some of the pasta water left over. So we're going to add this cheese. See how it's hardened up on us? That's fine.
Of course, it's 35 degrees out here, too.
Look what I'm looking at right there. Now that right there
That looks
dang
good.
Okay. What I'm gonna do now is just let this cool down just a minute. And that's good looking macaroni and cheese right there. Separating it again. Remember, we had all that leftover cheese. Now, if you wanted to bake this, you could put this on top and you could bake it like that. What I'm gonna do is incorporate this cheese just like this while it's cooled down a little bit, because when we make our patties and refrigerate it, I want this to be able to string out and all that stuff. And show you real quick. I'll add that for the kids. They'll like me. Probably just won Dad of the Year award. You want to see if this tastes any different? It shouldn't. What with that extra cheese? Dang. Holy smokes. That might be worth a recipe right there.
We always make things with the anticipation of not doing a recipe, and then we're like, we need to do a recipe. And then we got to make it again.
My kids will be all over that. I'm all over that. All right. Damn, that's good. All right. Got my little ring molds out, little plastic wrap, little sheet tray. The goal is to get the macaroni and cheese inside your ring. It doesn't do any good outside the ring. If you don't have ring molds, you really want to do this. Another way you can do it is just take a sheet tray like what I've got, or a plate or anything. Mound your macaroni and cheese, kind of like push it up together, get the thickness you want. And then, you can always like biscuit cut it if you wanted to. That's an option. Alrighty, we're gonna plastic wrap this, refrigerate it overnight, and then we'll start the burger. Golly. It's the next day, and to get started, we have an oil warming up. We have about roughly 4 ounces of beef for each burger. Kind of like a hybrid of that smash. I want that Maillard reaction, but I don't care if it's lacy. Matter of fact, I'd like to have a little bit of depth in there to hold up to the macaroni and cheese. To do this, today we're going to do an onion style burger. For the jalapeno, same thing. We have our classic dredge station. We have flour, eggs, and panko. To the eggs, a little Texas Pete. Seems like anytime I do a dredging station, Texas Pete simply, or a hot sauce somewhere, somehow, somewhere in my eggs. And here we go. Our macaroni and cheese left over from the night before. And I think it looks absolutely fantastic. Oh yeah. See how our cheese didn't melt in there? So hopefully when we deep fry it, all that cheese will melt as well. Looking good. Here we go. Flour. Knock off the excess. Eggs.
This might be a home run, honey.
Might be. I'm telling you right now.
I might just want my fried mac and cheese on the side of the burger.
The other thing we thought about doing was bacon. You could add bacon crumbles to the macaroni and cheese. You could add the jalapenos diced up to the macaroni and cheese. Just different plays on it. Not a big deal. Let it do its thing. We're just looking for golden brown. You need to make sure it's warm in the middle. We'll get there, trust me. All right, it happens quickly on a cooling rack. Just set to the side. Now that is some crispy macaroni and cheese right there. We got some homemade ghee. I'm gonna put that down. We'll start toasting some of our buns. Alrighty, just looking to warm up them buns. Get a nice toast on them. Use a little bit of that ghee left over just from the griddle. About that 4-ounce ball. My griddle's running like a hot medium, just to give you an idea. Give it a good hold, about 10, 12 seconds. All right, once they're smashed, I'm gonna hit it with my smash that seasoning. Woo! Yeah, that's great Maillard reaction right there. That's fantastic. Alrighty, enough talk. Let's cut that baby right in half. So we talked off camera about how we should dress it. Honestly, everything we thought about, just didn't know if it was going to go or not. So there we go. Beautiful onion burger with that fried macaroni and cheese. We thought about mayonnaise without mustard, thought about pickle, and I just didn't want to overdress it because I want to be able to taste it. It ain't bad. Texturally, this is throwing my mind fry. I can't wrap my mind around this. All right, taste it. Golly.
I know the macaroni and cheese is phenomenal.
It's like the fried macaroni and cheese is completely different. The onion burger is spot on.
The burger is amazing. The macaroni and cheese is amazing.
Now, eating a bite, would you put a sauce on it?
Maybe just a little mayonnaise. I would honestly eat the burger and eat the macaroni and cheese separate because that macaroni and cheese is amazing.
Man, it's so easy to like and it's so easy to hate. This has got my taste buds going one way or the other.
Let's eat the macaroni and cheese separate.
This is my taste buds going for a loop. It's almost like it plays.
Give me a bite of that. No, that is the way to go. Amazing burger, amazing fried macaroni and cheese.
If you guys are interested, we have a join button down below. It's a membership program. We thank each and every one of you for taking time for doing so. Check us out on the Griddle group on Facebook. We talk about griddles. We get inspiration from you guys, and this was one of them. It's been on those for a while. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to press that subscribe button, pound the notification button, share with your friends. Peace.
Yeah, give me that. That's what I want.